That's recording too?
Yeah. Everything's recording.
And now we're here?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
We're back.
Yeah. I think we look a little bit more professional this time. I don't know why.
I think it's because you cleaned your disgusting table. I saw you. I was like, man, this is actually looks nice. We were like laying everything out like it was surgical instruments and shit.
Yeah.
It
Was pretty gross, right?
Pretty.
There was like crumbs of trees, and then there was like dried ice cream, dried chocolate ice cream.
Jizz and coffee.
Hey, listen, I never have coffee in here.
Stupid. Oh man, I'm excited for the Super Bowl tomorrow, dude. Got 500 clams riding on it.
Dude, not only that, I got the worst numbers. I put $10 on a pool, so I got 2 boxes. I don't even remember the numbers. They're not good.
I don't even know. You tell me boxes like
you ever do a Super Bowl
oh
pool?
yeah. And then you choose a box. And what is the scale again? Is scores on one side and
it's like 0 to 9 on one side and 0.
Which
so
is what?
So like if you get a grid, if you're in the top right and they pull the cards randomly, right?
Mm-hmm.
To pick which will go where. You can get 0 and 1, which is a great one because it could be 21-10. You know what I mean? And then if it's on the top, it's one team. If it's on the left, it's another team. So that's how you figure out like who won. It's basically a roulette ball every quarter.
Shit, dude.
And that's all it is. It's a random.
Because I remember going to this what's it called, a barber shop, and I'd be getting my hair cut, and it's just like these old ass Mexican dudes, and every once in a while somebody would just walk in and it'd be like and hand him like 20 or $40 and be like blah 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 blah, and the dude would take out a sheet with the squares. It's the only reason why I found out about it, because I really don't know much about it.
Dude, gambling started early.
Yeah, he would put it like down, and then he'd be like do get the money, and then they'd just walk right back out.
Dude, I remember in the 7th grade, I went to a junior senior high school, so it was 7th graders to 12th graders all in one building, and it's not a big building, right? And I was in the lunchroom, and this kid came in, and he was a junior. His name Doc Peterson. His name, good kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was selling sheets for the March Madness. He's like three
shit.
for 1, 2 for 5, right? I'm not making that up. But that's how I started gambling. You know. In 7th grade, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you have a history of this.
Yeah.
Because you've done it before with the we let him off the hook shit.
Yeah. Well, and plus, I remember one year we did it for my grandma, because my grandma, like we all met up. For
you gambled for your grandma?
No, we all met up around for my grandma's birthday. She was born near when the Super Bowl was, either in late January.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? It's like late January or whatever, and we all just like picked boxes. You know what I mean? And just made a game out of it. But yeah, and then gambling. You know, I used to hang out with some degenerates and like.
Yeah, gambling. That's a New Jersey thing.
Yeah,
so dude, you guys are degenerates.
Dude,
man.
I remember there was this kid I went to college with a freshman year, and he had some friends who grew up near the college too, because he was from near the college. And this one kid didn't go to school. He didn't go to college or anything. He just fucking like graduated high school and started like, I don't know, doing whatever. But he was in a bar I would see him at, and he was selling like the slips before like online gambling. He was being a bookie. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, this kid is going. He's fucking. I don't know what he's doing, but he could be on the path to some.
Do you know whatever happened to that guy?
No idea.
Damn, dude.
But
what if he's like in the subway right now begging for money?
Hey, you know, begging for money in the subway does not work out for anybody.
I know, right?
It's the worst hustle.
It is, dude. One time there was a dude that walked in like begging for money. He still smelled like weed.
Dude, I saw this lady. I used to take the 1 train, and there was this lady who had a cyst growing on her face, right? A big tumor, right? And she had the same fucking spiel every time I saw her. I was like, hey, I had this thing on my face. They won't do it because it's considered cosmetic. I'm just trying to raise $5,000. But it was always like, and then I watched this thing grow over a year and a half or 2 years. And she's like, and I was like,
oh no, dude.
It was just like her thing, dude. She was definitely like a heroin addict or something. She was not saving the money up at all.
Fuck, that sounds heinous, bro.
Yeah.
And every day she was on the same route as you, or what?
She was on
followed her.
She was on the 1 or the 2. You know what I mean? You know, you ever take the G train and run into that guy who yells at you if you don't give him money? He's like a fucking asshole. I was like, come on, folks, just asking for $1. What the fuck's your
he's
problem?
a young dude,
yeah.
right? Young white dude.
Yeah, you want to
anybody got $1?
Yeah.
Not anybody got. Not anything.
Yeah, just like what the fuck's your problem?
Yeah, he berate people. I do like the new angle he's taking. because everybody's kind of got a thing, right?
This is totally unappreciated. He's
Yeah,
just being an
dude.
asshole to everybody.
'Cause-
Like, what the fuck's your problem? Why am I homeless?
I don't. Yeah, I know exactly. And because I've seen the other guy who's in the wheelchair, and you could tell he said his spiel so many times that he has it memorized to the word,
Yeah, it's a show.
but he can't quite muster the sentiment that's supposed to go with that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds kind of weird because it sounds like somebody asking for help and trying to get you to feel bad for him, but he said it so many times that he's like, "Hey everybody, I'm so sorry to bother you, but and it's in that monotone, like I'm over this already, but I gotta do this because I already committed to this fucking act."
The joy of rolling down
the
for money.
The joy of begging for money had been gone for a while. I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
The honeymoon's over.
The honeymoon face of bumming. Oh my god, dude! I mean, I hate to say it, like, you know what? I'm an asshole. You're right. You're right, dude. I am an asshole. I was thinking, dude. But I mean, am I wrong, dude? I mean, if you think about it.
Oh man!
I mean, because I've seen the guys when they're just fresh out into the street. And they got that conviction, bro.
One draft pick.
Like, God, yeah, dude. They're like, guys, man. I just like they put their hand on their chest. They got the brows go low. But when a dude has been out there for a while, dude, it doesn't quite come out as graceful. You
gotta
know,
reinvent yourself in the subway, bro. Maybe start walking or something.
You got to change your act up, dude. That's what I need to do with my stand up. That's all it reminds me. It's like I got to keep my shit fresh.
Yeah, you don't want to end up just going through the motions. Trying to make a couple pieces of bread. Oh man, I don't know how we got on that.
I know, right? What the fuck? Oh, it's psychedelics. That's why. That's how. I was always afraid of doing. That's why I've never tried acid, because I was always afraid that when I would see one of those homeless guys, like they would be like in front of you, right? And they're just at that cusp of like maybe they still have a home, but they're already losing it, and maybe they're on their way there. Yeah. So they're not dirty, but they're just there, and they're just like talking shit to someone that's not there, and then the dude's like, "But I didn't tell you that, right?" And it's just us two, and he's looking the other way, and I'm just like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I wonder if that can be
triggered
like,
by acid."
Yeah, like if you go too far, because what I was hearing. So I was hearing somebody that when you go crazy, it might have been Jordan Peterson that he, as you start going crazy, your use of the English language it starts to deteriorate. So words don't necessarily mean
which comes first though, like your inability to articulate yourself, or like
no,
is it the brain?
I think that's a side effect of you going. That's why you see those. It made sense because that's why you see those crazy guys walking down the street going like, and then 25, and then plus the red thing, right? And you're like, what the? That guy is crazy. It's because like the words don't mean the same thing they mean to us anymore, because that part of his brain is all fucked.
Like I
don't even know why I'm saying this. Like I took a fucking class on it, but I heard a guy say it like 3 weeks ago,
and you're just regurgitating it.
Yeah, pretty much, or what I remember. This is how misinformation happens.
Yeah. Well, if people are coming for us for information of any kind, they got bigger problems, bro.
Oh, I know, right? It's this is just a symptom. Listening to this podcast, you gotta get to the root of what the fuck is wrong with you.
We are a red flag in your YouTube.
Why is this recommended?
Yeah. So anyway, back to this transforming experiences. Were we going to talk about that? Sure.
Oh yeah, because you don't believe you said earlier.
I haven't had one.
You don't believe that if you that it's necessary that if you take like ayahuasca as you've done, or let's say mushrooms or acid, that it's not necessary that you're gonna have a transformative experience.
It's not an automatic. It's
I mean, like all of a sudden you're wiser and shit.
Or maybe you could miss. Maybe I missed. You know what I mean? I took a shot and I missed. You know?
No, I mean the fact that you're not like insane, fucking with chemicals in your head. Yeah. That means you made it out.
Yeah, I
can at the very least you're not defective anymore.
Yeah, I can handle the ride without coming out a worse human being.
Yeah, because I've only done mushrooms is like the only psychedelic I've ever done, and actually I did that not salvia, but one of those fake weed things one
Okay.
time. But I was on all kinds of drugs, and I
Could have been anything.
yeah, dude. I was like, I had just started doing comedy, and I was like, kind of like, I guess depressed or whatever, because I don't know what the fuck was going on with my head. And then I started doing like coke, drinking. You know, I wasn't eating, like hardly eating. And then I started doing that fake weed, the real weed. And one of those nights, man, I remember I was all like, I don't think I had eaten that much, and I was like drunk. I had done coke, I had smoked weed, and then somebody offered me that fake weed, the salvia thing, and I remember smoking it, and then all of a sudden I just felt like my eyes blink really slow, like as things would get dark like that, boom, and then it just went dark, and I just remember feeling myself collapse, and all I saw was like a grid of lit up like disco squares. And like they were all lighting up in different ways, and I could hear everybody like, "Oh shit, look at Raul!" But all I could see was the little glittering. It's like, "Oh shit, is he all right? Oh, he's fucked up, man." And I remember them like grabbing me and lifting me up. And I remember this comedian Kool-Aid, who's I think he's in Vegas right now. Shout out to Kool-Aid. Big, he must weigh like 350 pounds, 400 pounds. He was a big fella, and he helped me. And I couldn't see anybody, but I could hear him huffing and puffing,
Trying to
like
lift you?
trying to lift me with somebody else, and we're just moving, and I just hear him going, oh, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy and myself,
Oh, wow.
like in this whole thing. I was like, but I was my head was clear. I could hear everything and I could understand it. I just couldn't move, and I couldn't see. And then they ended up taking me to the VA hospital.
How fucking gone were you? Were you like 10 minutes gone, a minute gone, or did you hit your head? What happened?
No, I mean, I think it was just a combination of all the drugs and the malnourishment and all
okay.
and alcohol and
All
shit
right.
like that it just kind of shut the lights down and everything went haywire. And it was that fake weed too. I think I heard that shit will make you like stupid.
I gotta say, you're definitely the first person I ever met who said they smoked fake weed. And like the whole idea of smoking fake weed just sounds like why would you smoke fake weed? I don't understand the sales pitch. Unless you're trying to scale up, like scam people.
But at the time, I was just like a druggie. I wanted to do everything. I would try anything. Like somebody offered me like pills, I'd be like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, coke, let's do it. And then
I'm not
somebody
old enough for
busted out. You're not what?
I'm not old enough for that. There's gonna be a year when I have a birthday, and I'm gonna be like, let's start fucking like opening up like different drug experiences.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
subscribing to this? Like the older I get, I'm just gonna start.
Like towards
fucking around.
It's towards the very end.
Yeah.
Like, with nothing left to worry about. Like, well, it's almost over.
What's
anyway.
the hardest thing you would try?
Maybe acid.
Dude, I'm so scared of that shit.
Yeah, so am I. But at the end, who cares? Maybe you'll laugh. What they're gonna do? Lock me up? I'm an old man. I could just be an old man. Like, hey, he's probably just an old man.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've been kind of a pussy even with mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like every time we've done mushrooms, like if you see me, I'll just take a pinch.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, let's see what that does.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to like
Going
that experience that I went like so fucking hard the first time ever.
Yeah.
I smoked weed and did mushrooms on the same day, so like now like I'm a little bit spooked. But I think the more I try it, like the further into the water I go.
Yeah, I've had some bad mushroom experiences where like I'm always cautious with it. You know what I mean?
Like how bad?
Just like I wish I hadn't done mushrooms bad. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was not a good idea.
There's no crying?
Yeah. Just like, oh, I gotta wait this shit out now. You know what I mean? Like almost like Louis' bit.
You're not that calm about it, are you?
No,
but
like this is an ordeal now. You know?
Oh
what I mean?
yeah. Now I got to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Just being like, and just being scared and be like, man, I really am. Like you could think yourself crazy when you're on drugs. You know what I mean? It's easy to believe it. Like I'm just a fucking lunatic.
Or you could think you're the fucking shit, or that you figured everything out.
Yeah.
I remember doing that the first time I ever went on the road. They took me. I did some like the headliner, who was one of my buddies back then. He brought some chick back to his room, and then he called me and the other guy who he took with us
It's
with
like
him
you guys
on the
wanna
road.
finish her off.
No, he just came like, hey, let's party like so it doesn't feel like weird or whatever. Like let's just all hang out and talk shit. And then somewhere towards the end of the night, this chick was like all trash, and she took out a little vial like that of some purple shit. And I clearly remember her saying, "I made it myself."
Oh wow.
But at the time, like I said, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, "Oh, you made this? It looks purple, and it's a powder.
Mm-hmm.
So God only knows what the fuck this is." And I stayed up all night. I couldn't sleep.
I remember in 7th grade and 8th grade, kids doing acid, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you guys.
7th grade, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are fucking not.
Do you know what happened to those guys?
Some of them, I'm sure, are pieces of shit. Like they were pieces of shit.
But you don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure, but they were pieces of shit back then. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm sure, like, and I don't know, man. Like, so, yeah, I wouldn't fuck with it. It scared me. You know, even drinking the first time scared me. Smoking weed the first time scared me. But I did it at a young age. And
how did drinking scare you?
I don't know. I never really just sat down and like the first party I went to. I was in maybe the 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'd gotten drunk before, and like fell down hard. But I never like just drank like normally like beer. And I didn't know what kind of reaction it was. I remember my face got red, and then my nose started bleeding. And I was like, "Is this like a reaction to the?"
No.
Yeah, at a party. It's really awkward.
How many were you into it?
What, drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like how many beers were you?
Oh, like the first beer.
Really?
Yeah. It might have been just nerves, you know what I mean? It was a big social thing too, you know.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I didn't go to like my buddy went to St. Joe's Regional High School. There's a private Catholic school with a big football program, and they had there was IHA like and they had the all girls school, and they were the cheerleaders, right? So and then they would win, and there'd be fucking parties at these like nice fucking homes.
Shit!
Yeah, and they both, you know. And my buddy was younger than me, and I had a car my junior year, so I drove. And then like I drove once, or no, I didn't even drive. I just agreed to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody else was like being pussies.
So there was a Catholic boys and a Catholic girls high school that would get together.
Yeah, well, the girls were the cheerleaders for the football team because they didn't have cheerleaders, and they would play two teams that had cheerleaders, and the girls didn't have a football team. You know what I mean? So
that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably all kinds of diseases and pregnancies got passed around through there.
Good kids. I mean, definitely some good fucking going on. You know, like why not, right? But I think they're all good. Like they grew up in nice homes.
Okay. You know it was just them like being wilding out.
Yeah, privileged, just being privileged high school kids, and like going to private school in New Jersey. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You said they were private schools.
Yeah.
Oh, so they came from money, man.
Yeah.
Must be nice to be able to get fucked up when you're young.
Yeah. But it can go south really easy. That's the thing. You don't realize it. You can fuck shit up
dude.
real quick.
I mean, imagine all these people, like these little like gangbangers or just people that just do stupid shit at 18 and end up like killing somebody. Next thing you know, you're like spending 15 years in jail.
I knew
your
kids.
the prime of your youth you spent for the rest of your fucking life.
I knew some wild dudes who were on the run from the law. You know what I mean? Yeah, white and they grew up in nice towns. Like they're just like bad kids. You know?
For what?
This one kid robbed like a mattress king, and then first he broke out of Bergen Pines, which is like it's a mental hospital and like the youth correctional facility all in one spot.
Nice.
He broke out of there, and then he robbed a bed king or something like that, a mattress king, and then he ran to New Orleans.
Now, when you say he robbed the mattress king, that's the name of the store.
Yeah,
and he took the money.
The money. Yeah, and he ran to.
I don't know why I pictured him just throwing a mattress in the back of a truck.
Got them all.
Yeah. And just fucking speeding away.
Hey man, we got these extra mattresses.
2 for $5, baby. Got these mattresses 2 for $5. It's got garbage down the way.
Yep. But he ran to New Orleans, and he started selling acid crystals, like which is what you make the sheets out of, right?
Acid crystals.
Yeah. So the crystals like dissolve onto a sheet, and that's how you start selling sheets of acid.
Oh.
So he wasn't just selling acid. He wasn't selling acid sheets. He was selling the crystals.
Acid ingredients.
Yeah. And a kid who went to Tulane ran into him like his freshman year, and then he moved out because he got word the FBI had caught on to him. Yeah. And then he moved to fucking Puerto Rico and started doing boiler room work, like just fucking selling scam like stocks to old people.
Oh, so he just figured that like I'm not gonna work a regular job like a sucker. I'm just gonna.
He was a fucking wild man.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's crazy, dude. That some people just have it in them to go, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not following rules.
That's the kid.
I'm just doing my
remember
own
I told
shit.
you someone kicked me in the chest?
Oh, yeah.
That's that guy.
What?
Yeah. Fucking
the guy that traumatized you from physical contact for people for the rest of your life?
Dude, we were down the shore once, and we were like, this is my early 20s. We're on the second floor of a Belmar shore house, right? Which is like...
How old are you?
24, 25, right? And this is like... It's Belmar in the summertime, Jersey. It's fucking... You know what I mean? It's fucking
shit.
so fucking
People
corny.
are getting rowdy?
Getting rowdy, getting drunk, mixed house of boys and girls. And this guy picks me up and holds me over the ledge. Like he could have dropped me off the second floor.
Oh, shit.
He didn't give I was like, please just put me down, dude. I mean, you couldn't fight him.
He was
looking for a fight.
He was an enormous guy,
No,
or just a very aggressive
He was
kid?
a really good wrestler. He was a really good wrestler, but and the reason he wrestled is because he couldn't play any other sports because he had a kidney removed or some shit like that. So he just threw it all into wrestling.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't
get hit against a football if you got like something like that, you know what I mean?
But you can get suplexed though.
I guess, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean. They're the doctors, man. I guess they give them good...
Dude, he used to say shit like, if I want any shit out of you, I squeeze your head, like, on a regular basis.
It's hilarious. Just the fact that... I mean, the fact that that's coming from a younger person... Because I didn't hear that shit till I was in the Army.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun. It's crazy how you hear some things when you're young and you're like, oh, my God, that's brilliant. And then when you get older, you're like, oh, wait, a lot of people know that. Like, the first time I heard it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, I kind of live by that.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, like a lot of people know about this because it kind of makes sense when you're trying to be sneaky about shit.
It's so funny that you think you're hearing that shit for the first time and you're not writing it down. Like oh, nobody else knows about this one. Maybe I had to write a book.
I know, right? All stupid and shit. Dude, that's how I went when I like. I also remember one of our drill sergeants when we first got to basic training. And he's like giving us the spiel, and like he tells it like to all like sit down, and he's telling you all. This guy was a bit of a. You could tell he was squared away in that like he knew what he was doing, but he was also like a wild dude, like not a fuck up necessarily, but he was one of these dudes that was talented, but maybe a bit of an underachiever. Yeah. And he used to like sometimes just. He's supposed to be training us on certain things, but sometimes he would just stop and start talking about women. And like relationships and like how he was in his second marriage or something like that.
Dude, that's a stress getting to
dude,
you, bro.
It was so Drill Sergeant McCully. That was his name, dude. And it just like Irish fucking giant eyebrows, thin, ripped. Yeah. Right? But you could tell he drank like a motherfucker. Because sometimes we would go on runs. Yeah. And he would be throwing up on the side. Like the whole platoon is running, and he's the head of the platoon. Like he's our main platoon sergeant, and then he would be like calling Kate, and he's like this and that and blah blah blah, right? And then we're all like,
dude, that sounds so legit.
Yeah. And then we're like running down, and then at some point you just hear him going, and then you look back and like, Drill Sergeant, can you take over for a little bit? And then he's like, gotcha, and then like, and he just like peel off, and you just hear him go, like just fucking just throw it all out, cause this dude was a hard motherfucker. You know, he was an infantry dude training infantry guys, and he was also jaded and over it. Yeah. So honeymoon's over. You could tell that he would rather go fight than train soldiers. Yeah. So the way he dealt with that shit was just to like train my soldiers, and then I drink myself stupid. And then deal with the consequences in the morning.
Oh my god,
dude, it's fucking. I probably shouldn't have said his name, but who gives a fuck? He was great, man. He taught me to be a strong man.
I was just thinking, like when you told the story about him puking, I'm like, where are the officers? It's like this guy's in charge of training young Americans who are barely out of high school to go off to war, and he's fucking them.
And you know what? Fucking years later, I was doing the same fucking thing. Yeah. Yeah. Just running and just peeling off to go throw up. Drinking too much. And then service complete. And then just ran trying to catch up and shit. But seeing him do it, I was like, it can be done, though. That's what I thought in my head. I was like, it can be done.
You think this is the cycle?
Yeah. I'm learning from a wise man how to deal with the heaviness of shit life.
Like, I learned from my drill sergeant. You're going to learn from yours.
It's an American tradition, as old as beer and the Union.
Oh man, that's so silly. Man.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking nuts.
What part of the world? This is San. What did you say? Sand Hill.
Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, it's fucking hot
Yeah,
as fuck,
Fort
dude.
Benning, hot as dick, bro.
So they sent you to Fort Benning?
That's where all the
Oh,
infantry
my God.
goes, man.
Did they do I watched this video once when I was interested in the military. Like there's red phase, there's blue phase, and then there's white phase or something like that. Did you go through that?
Mm.
Okay, I thought they because you went straight to military, like because they make it sound like, hey, we're just gonna ease you into it. You're just gonna, come on, just join the army. It's like white phase. Welcome aboard. Hi, how are you? And then like it gets a little rough, but then like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
No, it's the color codes are like the privileges that you get as the basic training progresses, and they can keep you in a phase throughout the whole thing if the platoon is not improving or doing well. So you can be in red phase the entire thing if the platoon's all fucked up and ate up. Yeah,
okay.
but as
so
the
you can earn it. You can earn it.
as the platoon progresses in like the routine and the guys are like getting their shit squared away and everything, they're like, all right, we're moving on to such and such phase, which means now you guys get more phone time on the weekend or more time to go to the PX, get yourself a candy bar, you know, and like something like that. That doesn't mean nothing here, but over there it's like, dude, I fucking ate a Snickers last night. It was fucking great, you know. It was dope.
And it's day in, day out, fucking getting brutally yelled at. And
yeah. Going to do physical shit, or like you're taking classes after like intense physical shit and not that good at sleep, and you're just trying to stay up. And they're like trying to teach you how to like not get lost in the woods, and you're just like, oh, dude, like I'm getting lost in this fucking class.
Oh man,
yeah, dude.
Dude, if they if I knew there was school in the army, I probably wouldn't think about it. That's how much I hated school growing up.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know
No, you know what? I kind of would have if somebody would have seen me all those times that guys are in there trying to watch some guy like point at something on the screen. I would have probably been like,
I don't
know about this shit, you know. The
What?
whole point of me joining was because I was too dumb to do any of that shit.
That's what I was thinking. Oh man. But anyway, I never had that transformative experience. That's for sure.
Not on psychedelics and not on nothing else.
No, not yet.
Look at this fucking crazy thing.
Yeah, I'll keep the beer cold.
It's hot.
Yeah. It's like vacuum sealed space shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Fucking, I think I should have made in America too.
Cold.
Fuck yeah, cold one.
Oh, cold one. It's a
Yeah.
little thermometer.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird grip though.
It looks. Don't you feel like you could fuck somebody up with it now? Like with the beer, like even with it's fucking hard, right?
It feels like it should have really thin rope, like all around it, all the way to the top. And I should be drinking that off of a horse.
Oh man, I bought that to go to Burning Man because you need a cup because people are always giving you shit to drink, like self-made shit, you know, or you know what I mean, or just for beer, like sometimes I'll have beer on tap, but they don't have any cups or anything like that. And I put I bought like a suction cup thing on the bottom, and I connected to a fanny pack, so it just like was like swinging off my hip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn, that's cool. That Burning Man shit, man. You fucking did that for a
hot minute. I don't know if I'll ever go back. That's for sure.
But you tried, right?
Yeah.
You were. Because I remember when we first started hanging out, you told me about that Burning Man shit, and you were telling me, "Hey, I think it's coming up, man. Like I'm gonna try to
go again,
see if I can," because it's so. I don't want to say exclusive, but it like there's only so much space, right?
Yep,
so many people that are allowed to go.
Yeah, some they're trying to get more people. Like they got like 70,000 people one year, right? And it was a big number for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to get it to 100,000 people, like in the desert. That's fucking like, wow.
I think, dude, people just see those dollar signs. And they're gonna increase it every time.
It's a non-profit though. They don't really make it. I don't think they make any money. They have to pay they have to pay the government so much money just to rent the land.
Who does this?
The organization, the Burning Man organization.
First of all, let's follow the money. Mm-hmm. The organization is who?
Just the people who started Burning Man.
It can't be a non-profit, dude. There's no way.
It's not. They're not.
Even non-profits are profitable. I've done non-profits where I got paid.
Yeah, I've worked for a nonprofit. Everyone's got to get paid. No one works for free, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but like dude, it's a major event. You know, it takes a big to do to get. It takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, it's not the term nonprofit is not the. Like, how can it not profit if they're able to do it every year?
Because they survive off the ticket sales. You know, that's it.
It's a profit.
No, they get an estimate from the government, right? And then they figure out how many, like, because they have to the government. It's government property. The government sets the rules. Like, you want to have a party here? Okay, you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. And
Sure.
And you got to file all this shit. You got to get a lawyer. It's a fucking big operation.
That all makes sense, sir.
And then when you figure out how much it's going to cost, that's how you set the ticket price. So the ticket price is just basically set to
break even.
Yeah, to make this thing happen and start it and keep the momentum going to next year. You know, in case like there could be like the government gives them a hard time about like the trash they leave behind and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's a national park, you can't just be coming in with 100,000 people and destroy it. You know,
is it gated or is it just watched?
It's both. It's definitely both. It's kind of gated, but like with a shoestring. But around that shoestring are like federal police, basically. You know, like state park.
That's
guys.
Definitely got to cost a lot of money.
Yeah, because they bring those guys in.
Yeah.
I talked to one. Like, I'm from this place. They ask for volunteers and they fly us in and like.
Wait, that's how far they're coming that they fly them in.
They're flying them in. They're not. It doesn't make sense to have that many police.
Wait, where exactly is it? In Nevada or?
Yeah,
it's in Nevada.
Yeah. Outside of Reno, like
so, there's people. So some of the guards are not even from Nevada.
No, they're state. They're like state park guys, but they all look like fucking former fucking dudes. You know what I mean? Like I remember stopping one of them.
What are you former like
heavy
tough,
hitter,
yeah,
heavy
like
fucking heavy hitter fucking hombres. Like not like. They don't look like you, and you were in the shit. You know what I'm saying, dude?
They look like what's that motherfucker that did that sniper movie?
Yeah,
they
Chris
look
Kyle, like the Chris Kyle movie.
The Chris Kyle, yeah, with a big fucking beard and the fucking magazine rack.
Dude, they all look like they're like Jocko's little brother. Right?
No, dude, I remember because you could tell like it's like when you play a strategy game and you got different kinds of troops.
Yeah.
And you can almost see like a little difference.
Yeah,
like
light infantry and
light infantry, heavy infantry.
Yeah.
Like you could see like airborne infantry guy. We just look like a lot of regular looking people that happen to be trained well, yeah. Right? And then you look at the special forces.
They're the ones getting picked.
These motherfuckers are fucking jacked, dude. And it's like the Lithuanian special forces, dude. I saw those dudes doing that pull up thing where you go like this. And then you lift yourself up and shit. Lithuanian special forces, dude, are the biggest men I have
press ups or something
ever
like that?
seen.
Is that what they're called? Press ups when you pull yourself up and then press yourself.
Yeah. And you push up like that, and then you just do it all the way down, and then you lift yourself.
Controlled and everything.
That's fucking so stupid,
dude. I try to do pull ups controlled and like wide grip pull ups controlled, and it's fucking like it's good because you definitely got to work your shoulder more when you go full extension and go like that. But it's fucking like. I can't imagine if you were doing that your whole life, like just for training.
Jesus, dude, and those guys look out of control like that, dude. It looks like, dude, man, somebody.
It's so scary to think about like how many men are like that in the world because every country's got some group of dudes that are like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like every country, even Panama or even Costa Rica. Even Costa Rica's got like a police force filled with like some badass motherfuckers.
Japanese people or tiny people, but they got their fucking like giant motherfuckers.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Makes you, dude. Honestly, it makes me feel like less of a man when I just think about them existing.
Oh, bro, how do you think I felt when I was in Afghanistan, but defending our country? And then there's this fucking dude, and I'm like, oh shit, that guy's defending our country. I think I'm just taking up space.
I'm gonna carry his bag.
No, I think I'm just here for him to grab me from the back of my fucking vest and use me as a shield and just shoot over my head. Because that's probably what he could do.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that was always fucking. That was always really eye opening.
Yeah, you hit this shit first.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, I gotta.
You check the camera, yeah. Let's see. Hey, look, we're doing a camera smoke break, folks, and we put out a Craigslist for a cameraman and a sound audio person, and mostly we've gotten back dick pics.
Yeah. we sent out twice as many. Which
yeah, exactly, too.
Yeah, we got one, and then we send them back one of each.
We asked for fans to vote on the sides.
With the caption, "How do you like them apples?"
Stupid shit, man.
Oh, dude. And as I get older, you know what? Like, it really makes me. It sucks that you can only appreciate how, like, even for a skinny guy like me, like how well in shape I was, and how much my body could withstand physical punishment as a tiny 18-year-old kid in Afghanistan, you know. And then now that I'm older, you know, even just a little bit stronger, just because life happens.
Yeah.
I still go like, fuck, dude, I don't know if I'd be able to do what that kid did, man, because my knees and my head ain't that strong anymore.
I'll tell you one thing. Your stories about your knees make me go like, oh, fuck that shit. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. But when you were fucking around at that age, I was probably out of shape. Like, the only reason I'm in the best shape of my life only because, like, over the years I learned how to take care of this thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I picked up a little thing here and a little thing there. I somehow built it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was just like video games, smoke, you know, shit like that. Playing sports, but not really going hard. Not like, let's do this shit, bro. You know?
But you play football though.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, fun. It was one. It's just, dude. There's some things that are scary to me, and then I'm just like, I gotta do it, or I'm a coward. You know what I mean? And football was definitely one of them.
Football scared you because you're a tall guy, but I imagine back then, you maybe weren't as strong.
Yeah, I was just skinny. I was always just tall, skinny kid. I was tall. I got taller than everybody else, fast, young. Everybody else just eventually caught up to me or got in range of me.
Yeah.
But because I was so much taller than everybody else at a young age, I didn't really need to work out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
At the so I got that cocky, tall bravado at age 6 or 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah. So.
Football is something that I just couldn't try because it was just physically. It's like me trying to play basketball, or it's like me trying to dunk.
Yeah.
It's just it's not gonna be a possibility.
Yeah.
And football was just not gonna be a possibility because I weighed 117 pounds.
Well, it was the big thing was it was just the unknown of it, you know? Like, I didn't play football until I...
For you, like, what do you mean the unknown?
Like, I didn't know anything about football. My dad didn't teach me football. You know, my dad...
You're talking about, like, basic, like, rules and shit.
Everything.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I caught on when in, like, 6th grade because the kids played football and I wanted to play, and that's how I started learning. But then that's just, like, tag. And then in 7th grade, I guess maybe our hormones kicked in. We started playing tackle. You know what I mean? Like organized tackle football games. And then and then it's like, and then we got Pee Wee. In 7th grade or 8th grade, they got Pee Wee the first year. And then I was like, well, am I gonna do this in high school or not? Am I gonna be, you know? Because I'm already thinking that far ahead. Like, am I gonna be the guy who joins? Do I want to be that guy who plays football? I'm like, yeah, I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's fucking scary. So then I started in 8th grade, and then I was like, this is what I do. I'm gonna do this to the end.
Oh, did you play it to the end?
Yeah, I played up to my senior year in high school. Sucked. I got worse. I peaked in my sophomore year.
Did you ever get like rocked?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What did you play? Wide receiver?
No.
You weren't fast?
I went to a small high school, dude. I was like a big guy. I was considered one of the big guys. Yeah. And then we played.
Oh, yeah, now you know how us Mexicans feel. We're like, what? Our lineman is like the size of their running back.
Dude, but I've seen some big Mexicans in my day.
But we went to the for some reason, the poorer you are, the tinier you are, because the rich Mexicans had some big giant hosses just standing there. And it was like the biggest is
Tony Gonzalez is Mexican, right?
No, I think he might be Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican? Really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's some.
No, I'm telling you, I've looked into I love the NFL. I've tried to look for a Mexican guy.
Yeah, nothing.
No, I mean I think our best bet is either tight end or a lineman.
Yeah,
a big fat one.
What about that guy who's on the Steelers? I think he's a center, and he's a former fucking Ranger.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
West Point
graduate.
graduate.
He was a dude that when they were kneeling, he went out and put his hand. But he cleared it up that he didn't even know people were kneeling and shit. He just went out there and like people on the right were like, "See, now there's a fucking," and he was like, "Oh guys, this is what I always do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a statement.
Yeah.
It's just I was in the army.
But he's Mexican, right? I think he is.
I don't know if he's Mexican, but he's definitely Latino, and he's a big fella.
Big badass.
Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of chance at the skill positions.
You definitely have a lot of baseball players. A lot of Mexican.
Not a lot, but we do have some.
Some.
Yeah, Venezuelans are way better at baseball.
Dominicans are.
Venezuelans
really
and Caribbeans.
Yeah.
Like the Dominican Republic, Cuba. Yeah, they're all really good at baseball. Venezuelans for sure. Some Colombians, but Venezuelans for sure. I don't know why. For some reason, they just took it up. Yeah. Mexico's just boxing and soccer. We're competitive at soccer and boxing. We have a pretty good tradition.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Going on.
Yeah. Not a heavyweight tradition, but a tradition nonetheless.
Hey, bro, but we had our first. Now that you say that, we just had our first heavyweight champion last year.
Yeah, and then he he just fought recently and got knocked out.
And did the worst performance
ever
after, or at least expected.
Dude.
I was like, wow, dude.
He's the boxing equivalent of somebody winning $1 million. You know what I mean?
And just ruining it. Just going right through it.
Yeah, just like.
And then, but going back to his old job and going like, hey, it was an experience. And he was like, you had the fucking opportunity. But,
That was huge.
That dude he was fighting, though, is no fucking joke. What's this kid's name from Britain?
I don't know, but he went down the first time pretty hard.
Yeah, but apparently he had gotten fucked up in sparring a couple of weeks before. Yeah. But I mean, that's not to say that homie didn't have some hands, because he had pretty fast hands for a fat man.
Yeah, but he came with a fury. He just punched him and got some in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like his fucking. Even I, who doesn't know that much about I boxed for like two months, like. Who doesn't know a lot about boxing, even I was able to tell that dude has some pretty hands. Yeah. Like the way he would fucking throw, dude, it just came out like it came out like almost like those missile things that it's like a truck, and then the back of it just goes, and then you just see a bunch of missiles shoot out.
Like cruise missiles.
Yeah, like that's what his hands looked like every time he was throwing them. It was just like boom, 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 boom. It was like it's like missiles coming out of his fucking chest.
Fuck.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, I wish I could throw. I'm glad I can't throw a punch like that. I'm alright with not being able to be a good fighter. I shouldn't be fighting in the first place. That's my whole thing.
I'm too old to be fighting, because not so much too old to be fight. Well, yeah, too old to be fighting, and the shit that is out there now, dude.
It's scary.
Yeah,
fucking scary.
Fucking 17-year-old kid could fucking kill you if he wanted to.
It's like they set up like imagine like. Imagine, like, how regulated guns are, right? But there aren't any laws about, like, selling swords, really. They basically just said, like, hey, instead of selling swords right across the street from the high school, why don't we teach all the kids how to fight, like, brutally? Like, just brutal fighting skills.
It's certainly more effective.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah. And
like, I remember, like, it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago that I saw, for the first time, I saw a YouTube recorded on a phone fight from high school. You know how sometimes you run across these like little kids and shit?
Yeah, pulling each other's hair.
Yeah, like about 5 years ago, I saw one and it's like 14-year-olds fighting, and this kid, first of all, grabbed the other kid and did like an educated takedown, like lifting him up, sweeping the legs from underneath him, and having him crash down, and then like full mounted him. And when the kid turned around, just bare naked choked him. Like, and it was all quick, like in like 7 or 10 seconds, man. And that was the first time I ever saw like a regular street fight go down like an MMA fight. And I was like, holy shit, this thing like that's how I knew MMA was like taking off and the UFC like to an even bigger level where like now kids are hip to this shit.
Yeah.
And now you might see like a fucking 4-year-old get triangled in a fucking in the sand play pit.
I think I'd let my kid learn. I don't like the idea of like some of the sport like messing up your joints and everything, but I think it's a good idea to learn it. You know what I mean? I would not recommend a career in it. You know what I mean?
Sure, or
you know what I mean?
or like or something like jujitsu. You know, like where it's a physical and it's disciplined.
Yeah.
But you're not necessarily like taking blows to the head.
Yeah, you're just rolling.
You're just rolling, trying to like pinch the other guy harder than you. You know, basically. Or
arm bar him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm surprised we haven't started seeing like rival not gangs, but schools do it. Like even when I was in high school, we had beef with other schools and shit. You know what I mean? And we didn't know. Imagine if we knew how to fight.
Were you guys
you know what I mean? Like,
if you guys knew how to roundhouse kick each other.
You know what I mean? Like
you guys, that must have been a small town, right? You grew up in a small town then.
Yeah.
And you had rival school. Why didn't you just put your schools together and make a big ass
That's
school?
why they were a rival school. We used to always play them on Thanksgiving, right? They were always our homecoming or their homecoming. The last game was always Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving, the football coach, my neighbor, would become the head. If we lost, which we usually did, right? Because we weren't a good football team.
Oh yeah,
right.
I know the feeling, bro.
Right. That he become the head. He's the head coach of the wrestling team, and our wrestling team is our town and their town because they're both so fucking small. They need 2 towns to fill a fucking wrestling fucking squad.
Oh, wait. So the football teams would go against each other, but the wrestling teams would join. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because some boys play basketball, some boys don't do anything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it takes you take all the kids from one grade to do football. You know what I mean? You do 11th graders and 12th graders and 10th graders, and you got some good freshmen. You let them play varsity football too.
That's crazy. What I mean? They should have. You guys should have just created one school with like depending on the cardinal direction, east something high or west something high.
My school actually used to go to high school. Like they built the high school. I went to high school in like the late 60s, like 69 it was built, right? So they used to go to a school in Hackensack. So my high school, when you were in 9th or 10th, 11th, 12th grade, you went to Hackensack High School, which is a big city compared to what we are, right? And it's just like
they bust them out there?
Yeah, they bust them out. It's far away. So right down Kinnicamack Road, it takes about 20 minutes of taking like all these kids to a big city where they're like the minority, right? You know what I mean? Where it's like 40 of them maybe, right? And they're in a high school with 300 kids from that town.
Yeah.
So then they built this school, and then it was like it's from 7th grade to 12th grade. Yeah, that's how fucking small.
More convenient, but now you got a class of what, 13?
When I
does it look like those old Western movies?
It was never that small. It was never that small. It was like when I was my senior year, they were freaking out about how big the freshman class was, right? And they were 98.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. Hey, but still, man.
Yeah. Stupid. I don't know even why I talked about that. Oh man.
I don't know much about my high school as far as how big it was, but I do know that it was a pretty decent sized school.
Yeah.
And I went to the graduation, but I didn't go to the reunion. I think we had a reunion. I don't know.
I haven't gone to either one of them. One my 20th was like last year or 2 years ago. And my 10 year, I went to a party and I was like, oh, that's tonight? I don't care. I'm going to this. I'd rather go to this party than hang out with all these people from high school.
Yeah.
You know? Because I was still living in that area anyway. I saw a lot of them, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I would go attend one of those things. It just feels like I wasn't part of like the hey everybody.
It's
like,
Raul.
Yeah.
You weren't going into the classroom and like, hey, let me tell you a quick one, really.
Yeah, dude. So it's like nobody would know who I am, and I wouldn't know who anybody is either, because I didn't know. All I knew was my tight group of friends, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I know them, and I hang out with them every time I go back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but.
What do you prefer?
If I was a millionaire, I would go back just to be an asshole.
Well, are you rolling in like those 2 chicks in that movie? those two blonde chicks roll back. They get a big helicopter,
Like
helicopter and all that shit.
No, like what's his dick? Dumb and Dumber, when they go to that party in those that top hat and the orange tuxedo.
Yeah.
I would do something gaudy like that.
Oh, my favorite line. Dude, my favorite line from that movie is like, this is an IOU for $250,000. Like, yeah, you're going to want to hold on to that one.
No, when he tells her like, oh, she didn't show up. He goes, no. And he goes, she said 11 something.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe she meant in the evening. And then they both start laughing. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Yeah, he goes, no. He goes, why would you think she wanted to meet you for drinks at 11? And he's like, he goes, I know. I just thought she was a raging alcoholic. I was like, oh fuck, dude. I love that movie.
Yeah. That's some good shit.
Holy shit, we got high as fuck, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
How deep are we into this swim right now? 45 minutes?
50
minutes?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Not that bad. Nice. We'll do this at like a little 35-minute. It's not that bad. We didn't even get to talk about some of the shit that I wanted to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Which about Pisces?
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at that stupid fucking shit. That's what it's all about. What is that? Acme cream? You're interested in articles that has Acme cream advertising on it. Okay.
Pretty much every question you have about, first of all, the fact that it started
And
off
it's
with pretty much.
It's cosmopolitan.
I was about to say, first of all, the fact that it started with the words pretty much.
Yeah.
It already tells you the kind of a person that's.
She's a mermaid on the moon.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. You already know every zodiac sign. Every sign of the zodiac has personality qualities, something, something. First things first. Pisces is represented by two. Down.
Is that it?
No, it's got to say.
Friends.
Pisces as a mutual water sign. Pisces are famous for their adaptability, empathy, and openness. Basically, the friends.
I love how you're sucking your own dick with these words.
Hold on. Give me a second. I'm about to come. Pisces folks have a visionary office vibe, are very in tune with how everyone is feeling.
Yeah.
The shadow side. Hold on, there's a shadow side. This sweet capacity for empathy makes decisions making a long and arduous process. Preach. Okay, here we go. Pisces in love. Here we go. This is my shit. It's talking about me right here. Everybody. Pisces requires a soulmate connection. Of course I do. How did you fucking know that? Your Pisces lover is voted most likely to be in tune with your feelings, but least likely to break it off even if they're deeply unhappy. Jesus.
Yeah,
that's
they feel
pretty
sorry.
grim.
They feel sorry for your.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty grim. The adaptability of our Piscean friends is double-edged swordfish. Stupid ass. Fuck.
That is the gayest thing you've said in a long time.
You'll feel like you're
double-edged sword fishing.
But also the pressure's on you to make decisions and start. That can't confuse me. Anyway, down. Pisces with friends. Here you go, Pat. This is something that you need to know about me, bro. Pisces are just as down for a movie night as they are for clubbing. Yeah. And they're known to be super caring, of course. So your Pisces ride or dies are probably the ones you go to with your recent breakup or spiritual dilemma. Of course, I'm here, baby. They go with the flow and will likely bring the dreaminess of a hangout up a notch. As Pisces is ruled by Neptune, planet of visions, dreams, and intuition. On the flip, don't expect them to make a decision about what to do on Friday night. This thing keeps keep hinting that I'm indecisive. Pisces behind the scenes.
What scenes are you behind?
I don't know, man. Here we go.
Levers and shit.
I don't know. I'm a gay prostitute by night. A classic Pisces needs to feel super cozy in their environment, like they're floating in the sea. They've got a flair for the artistic and dreamy. So incense, crystals, meditation. I'm reading this bullshit, right? And a dream journal are Piscean staples, of course, and goofy horseshit like this. That's it, man.
This girl cleaned up.
In short, I guess I'm pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm a great friend. I'm fucking an amazing partner. I'm
This is your resume.
But apparently it takes me a while to think up of shit. Which explains this my horrendous ability to improvise.
Yeah.
When things get really slow, like right now.
Yeah, I know. It's like watching you try to dribble a ball with no air in it. It's fun. You know, like when you see a dog do something stupid, you kind of want to make a video out of it.
Yeah, that's what my improvisation is.
Yeah.
It's a ball without air. And then I have to pick it up slowly and awkwardly while everybody just waits. And then I proceed to slam it again.
Yeah.
All right. I think we ran out of steam.
Okay.
And but that wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad.
No. I think given the circumstances, I think we did everything we could, sir.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. Take it easy, everybody.